Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What's up? What's up, friends? Welcome back to the TV Terminal. My name is Adam Vale, senior editor over at Koalition.com.
And I'm Josh Lamage, writer for the Koalition.
This was a wild finale. Where else are you going to see people fighting on top of an active volcano? Are you kidding me? This was wild.
This is like the episode that might save this entire show.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they gave this like little tastes of this like in previous episodes, at least like here and there. They did. There was a lot of action and stuff here and there, but like this was just like a
whole other level. This was on a whole other level. The brutality of these fights. It wasn't so much of just combat. If you've watched Spartacus, then you know what I'm talking about.
I've seen deaths in this that I've never seen in television.
It was so brutal. It was brutal. I mean, Kayana pulling a dude's tongue out. Come on, that was like that guy was chanting.
Before we get into
that, I was waiting for him to like throw it in somebody else's mouth. Like,
I mean, he took a bite of it himself. So
yeah,
very interesting.
He took a bite. He grabbed the spear. He threw that spear so hard that it sent the dude flying off the cliff. He chimed him and he was flying over. Oh,
he's not
wild. He was not playing. This was a finale. This was like you said, it was such a strong episode with all the action and stuff, but it's unfortunate that we didn't get sprinkles of this throughout the season. There was a lot of talking, a lot of telling the story of what's going on with the families, I should say tribes, kingdoms, and we get it. You're trying to tell the story, but we also understand that this is not historically accurate. This is a TV drama. They made some changes. Nahi did not die in real life the way he did in the show. There's a lot of other things like that, and hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's for the show. But if that's the case, then maybe you could have just sprinkled a little more of this here and there. Especially when this is what people are expecting. The name of the show is Chief of War. We got a big picture of Jason Momoa just screaming. It's like this is what people expect, and that's two concerns or two complaints, I should say, that I heard from people about this. Was one, the subtitles, all the reading. People are not really crazy about all that. Whatever. But the other is that it would build up like there was going to be action, and then there would go to no action. At least not to this level. It would just be more talking, and people weren't feeling that.
It wasn't even just the talking. Like there was a lot of things in Game of Thrones where it was just talking and things like that. But it was just miscommunication and arguing the same point every episode, which is the problem. Do I trust this person? Do I get the red mouth weapons? Do I not? It was the same conversation over and over again. And then something bad would happen, and then they were like, "Oh, we should join you." And then something else would happen, and they're like, "No, we're not doing it." So it's like it was just a circle. But
well, that was our issue with Kamehameha. All the flip-flopping. It's like 1 minute it's like, yeah, he knows what to do. Next minute he's no, I don't think we're gonna do that. It's like, whoa. Then his council was all thrilled about the red mouth weapons and Kana showing up with it. It's like, yeah, we got it. And then nah, we're not gonna do that. You're not part of our prophecy. It's all about Kamehameha. Come on, man. It was too much.
It's hard to shake up culture like that, and tradition. But
yeah.
This episode,
let's do it.
Desert.
Yes.
We start with the kingdom of Hawaii, and we're on top of a volcano. The same volcano, I think, that plays a big part later on. And we have Keoa standing triumphantly on the volcano, and he's looking over as the lava's flowing, and his priestess is praying over him and singing, all who shunned you will bow down at your feet. With the power of the goddess of fire, you could be unstoppable. And he's like loving this.
I'm sorry, I'm all messed up in the head because all I keep thinking of Bruce Leroy Last Dragon. When you got the glow, you feel like he was praising him because remember he said no one will stand against you. This is it. No one will deny. He's feeling it. He is feeling it, and they're all feeding him to his ego.
And the volcano shaking up and stuff doesn't necessarily hurt either. He's like, oh yeah,
Oh no, yeah, exactly. It's got everything, and we saw that at the end of the last episode. Remember, Kana was like, "Oh, he's got the gods on his side. Look at
yeah.
this."
So then we get a new character, some guy. I don't think we even caught his name, but he's like the leader of a different district, and he's like, "Oh, my people, we weren't with you at the battle of which battle he said, but he didn't back him and his father.
Yeah, and he apologized.
Yeah, and he's like, "Look, I'm so sorry, but I'm here now, and I got you, and I got you something." And he takes out a club, and he's like, "This is a very special club. It carries the mana of my people." And Kayla's like he doesn't even care. He hands it. Some other guy grabs it, and then this particular chief stands up, and then they club him in the leg. He falls down, and I thought they were gonna kill him. And he Kayla comes up to him, and he goes, I didn't do this. You did this to yourself. So what else will you give me? Some other guy's like, give me your teeth.
They're very random. And you know what? At first I was like, well, what? We saw this before. Even with this chief, remember when he started punching himself in the face?
He did that to himself, and he has a thing
himself. Yeah, and I thought it was just maybe he's just got a tooth fetish. It's one of those things. It's just him. He doesn't like his own teeth. He likes plucking them, and he likes seeing other people do the same.
I thought it was just a random act of like violence towards himself to show his strength, but then it turns out that it's like a thing that he likes, or it just because then the guy's like rocking himself in the face.
Oh man,
he takes out a tooth, and then Kale was like keep going, like he was like, oh yeah, he's doing more and more teeth fly out, and then he's like he does this thing like to motion for him to open his mouth, and the guy like smiles, and you can see like his bottom teeth are missing and stuff, blood gushing out.
Oh man, yeah, it was a mess. It's gonna need a serious dentist after that one, but
for real. Then he hands the club back to him, and he's like, this club belongs to you and your family, and you'll use it to fight our enemy, but never forget who you kneel before.
Still, that was brutal. That was brutal. Brutal for the guy just attacking himself, just popping himself in the face nonstop.
Hey, at least he lived. I thought he was gonna throw him.
Yeah, I thought at that point too. It's like, you know what, not good enough.
Sacrifice yourself.
Well, maybe he would do the Sparta kick and just kick him over, because he's right next to the exit. Just like,
yeah, I would not have a conversation with someone next to a
D kick. Off you go. Keep the club. Thanks for bringing the gifts.
So then we cut to the next morning, and there's a whole ceremony going on. Kamehameha is talking to Kayana, and he says, Kayana, you came to us as a child of Maui, but with this tooth necklace, you are now to lead my army as chief of war.
Mm-hmm. Now, shark teeth? Right? They didn't look like human teeth. I know we brought this up before about one of the weapons, and somebody was like, I see molars. I see molars.
The coral. Yeah.
Yeah. But then we were thinking maybe it was something. But he said it's the teeth. It's definitely teeth. Whatever it is, they're very sharp. Maybe they filed them down. But they looked pretty big. But he gives them that. Yeah. And he says, hey, you are now my chief of war.
And he gives them another home. He says, no matter where you go, like this will also be your home as well. Which is something that everyone's been saying to each other in this episode. It seems.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Right
all
after
all the displaced people finding a place amongst each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but go ahead.
But I was gonna say someone shows up and he's like, "Hey, the district of Hilo, which I guess is the other guy that got beaten up and took his teeth out, has joined Keoa. So now there's more people standing by him."
It's like, fine, whatever. We got the red mouths. Have you seen that in action?
That's what Kamehameha says. Like, well, they'll bow down before the red mouth weapons and the booming voice of Ku. So he's using Ku, which is, I guess, a god of. I don't know if it's the god of war. Is it the god of war totem? There's another type of god, but
blanking on that one.
He's using both Ku and the idea of the red mouth weapons intertwined in a way that makes him believe that he's going to win this. So
he's hyped. They're all hyped. They're feeling it.
And then he says something really crazy. He calls for Kahamanu, who we saw in the previous episode kind of being shunned. And the dad's like, yeah, don't speak out of your place and this and that. All of a sudden, he's like, I want her to come forth. She comes over and he's like, after this battle, you will join my council and you will help make all decisions.
That is nuts. That is out of nowhere, because that makes you wonder, That whole thing was when the father was telling her that, hey, Kamehameha doesn't need your counsel anymore. He doesn't need. I guess you didn't talk to Kamehameha because that's not how he feels. Because if that
Really?
was the
Like,
case, he wouldn't give her promotion. He wouldn't be like,
what do you
man, I
mean?
don't want. If not, then he's got some serious issues. If he's willing to flip flop like that, I don't need her in my life. You know what? She's part of my inner circle.
Some
That's
people are
it.
like that. I know some
That
people might say.
I mean, there are some people like that, but I don't see Kamehameha like that. We've never on this show heard him say anything negative toward her. We heard him say stuff about Kaana and all that, but never about his wife. But yeah, now she's part of the council. She's the only female member part of the council. And then he says this one comment. We had to get this because this was very unexpected.
You see the world in ways we do not. Guide us to do the same.
It's crazy he says that. He says that, but then like she is kind of like nerfed the rest of the episode.
Well, she was lost for words because what does that mean?
No, not even in that moment. Later on, even in the episode, she doesn't have any moment where she's talking to a bunch of people. She says to do something.
Yeah, now you think about it, yeah, they sort of like dropped that because you would think with that statement there that he's putting her in the place of like, all right, you're going to be guiding us through this whole process, help plan this out. You put us together, Kana and myself, make this happen. But yeah, she's lost for words there, and then we don't really see much when it comes to her involvement in preparing for this battle. It's all Kana. Tony comes back. He was MIA in the last mission, in the last episode, but
he's helping everybody like shoot, practice with the guns, and he has like no shirt on, and they show his back, and you can see the lash markings on his back. And he says inventory is good even with the training, which is a question I was thinking about. I was like, man, are they wasting all their ammo just like shooting at the clouds? But you know, I guess they're still good.
Well, I could have swore one of the episodes early on they showed them shooting at targets. They actually
I know, but I mean, like what I mean is like them practicing and spending a lot of time practicing.
Well, what they didn't show, at least for this one, and you know, I'll save it, but it was the whole thing with reloading. We know the muskets is a slow reload process there. We didn't see a lot of that.
No,
come here when it came to the big battle.
We rarely do when it comes to musket stuff. Like I want a Revolutionary War like battle where like everyone's just like trying to like get it.
I whenever I see muskets in a battle, I think of Patriot. The Patriot with Mel Gibson because it was during that time period in the muskets, and he had his double pistols on the side, you know. So, but he's had so many. Kana, man, he was pulling the tear jerkers here because he was telling Tony, no matter what happens, you have a home here. You never have to wander again. He does the forehead touch. Just to show him, it's like this is your home now.
Well, Tony's really trying to get to know, like, hey, Con, are you nervous about anything? And they're both saying like, you know, that. Well, Tony says that he's a little nervous, but Kana says that he's not. But Tony also says that fear is not. He doesn't have the same fear that he used to. That he used to fear death every single day until he ran away, and even when he ran away, he felt that it could come back from at any moment. And then Kana was like, well, what changed? And he's like, I learned how to use these guns, and now I can hold my own.
Yeah, well, there you go. That definitely helped him out with his life. I feel he can protect himself in that way.
He also says the land will hold you even long after I'm gone, which is nice.
I could have swore I heard that people in the comments I've heard that before somewhere. I should have looked that up too, because I could have swore it's some kind of connection with Hawaii. Maybe when I was in Hawaii, somebody said, or I saw that on a keychain or something. But it's something about the land and how it pulls you, and you hear it. You know, when you go out there, it's beautiful. The culture, the land, the water. Yes, you want to stay, but I'm pretty sure that this saying is there's a connection with the islands there.
Then we cut to Namake. He sees Kayana kind of working on the inventory, looking at the guns and stuff. And he looks at the guns and he goes, wow, seeing them like this, they seem so harmless. And Kayana's like, well, they will bring death like you've never seen before. And then bro drops the craziest bombshell I didn't think he was going to drop ever.
Oh, man.
He's like, I have always fought by your side, but I can't go into battle with something between us.
Oh,
He's like, look, I thought you were dead, and well, I found
Flowers.
comfort. You say it.
Yeah, I found comfort with your wife. And I love her. That was the worst part. It's like, all
Oh,
right, fine. You find
but he also says that she found comfort with
you
him
comfort
too.
him. Yeah, yeah. And then while he's saying this, you see Kana walking around. He picks up two sharp knives. It's just like
Yeah, I was like, oh,
circling around. I'm like, oh, and he's looking all pissed and stuff. And he stands right in front of him, and brother just hugs him. He hugs him, and Kana hugs him back, and he says, "You did nothing wrong. You had a dead brother," or something to that effect, right? He thought I was dead.
yeah, you did no wrong deed to a dead brother.
Yeah, exactly. You did no wrong deed to a dead brother, and
But
he
I
gets it.
cannot face them. I can't face KOL without my family, and they hug each other. Yeah, I mean that
Yeah.
was wow.
I was expecting him just to have one more line, like just say, "I'm back now, and know your place. Thanks." Like just do something, but it just shows that he's okay with it, and I could have been fine with not hearing this. Some secrets don't have to come out, especially
But
right before a big
it
battle.
plays into factors later, and we could see
Yeah,
weirdly two budding romances, and I'll explore more into that at the end. But two budding romances, one that was kind of shown here and there, and I think there's a glimpse of it at the end. But so then we go back to the kingdom of Oahu. Kaikili is standing over his son. As you remember, his son tried to kill him in the last episode, and he stabbed him. And so he's like, "I've neglected you, my son." And his son starts coughing, so we're like, "Oh, he's alive."
he is alive. Well, I didn't expect that. I thought he was just gonna die.
He's like,
But
"Your
then
thunder and your blood."
right, yeah, the thunder and the blood, and I didn't realize you were being poisoned. And then they bring in the lover, and they just start pounding on his face right in front of. It's like beating him up, and
And they start hanging him.
yeah, they decided to hang him right in front. It's like, yeah, we're gonna hang him, and of course he doesn't want that. The prince is like, no, it's just calling out for him, and then they release him, and then the king was like, well, the prince has spared his life. So
He says the prince has spared his life, but I, as in Kaikili, would be his purification.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that.
I think he's gonna make him, well, like we see him later, like he's kind of following his orders and stuff, and kind of in his vicinity. So,
Well, wait, so they saying, well, because you are alive, you now have to do everything I say, that type of thing. Like you owe your
Basically.
life to me.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't buy that, especially with the prince, because the prince has a mind of its own. I was expecting something else to come from him in this scene. Well, not so much this scene, but within this segment here, I thought they were going to bond and we're going to see some more, maybe plot again. It's like, yeah, my dad is crazy. I got to find an opening.
it's weird because Kaikili's narrative seemed like such a driving point of this show, and then KO completely just took over that whole thing. And then I thought KO would probably like his storyline would arc around like the mid-season, but it's just
No.
So
Yeah.
we got a little moment with Kayana. Oh yeah, this was earlier.
Yeah. With the wife.
Yeah, but we got a moment later with Kayana and Kaumanu, and he's telling her like, the volcano goddesses have been, and chiefs at least, have been standing with Keoa, and our numbers are very small, and he feels that the gods are against him. And she's like, well, hey, like we have the foreign weapons.
Yeah, I don't get it. He's been Mr. Confident the whole time, even the last episode, right? It was like, oh, we have to go. G.I. Joe, we can fight. We're ready. And in this scene, it's almost as if there was a separate script in which that wasn't the case. And Kana doubted himself because we didn't see that. And then even when she says, oh, are you no longer thinking about peace or against peace?
She says, what does she say? She says, are you the chief of contradiction that desires peace over war?
No, he's been promoting war the entire time. Once he came back, right?
When was he promoting peace? That was more.
He was talking about war. He brought his weapons for war.
That was more Kamehameha talking about peace.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, ooh, this.
She got her men mixed up again.
Exactly. She's been hanging out with both of them too much, and she's mixing them up. And then it would have been great because if he looked at like, when did I say that? And then say, oh, ma'am, my bad, and just walk off because he's the one that's been talking about these.
He does bring in like extra stuff too, which I don't know if he's planning for season 2, season 3 with this line, but he goes, Kai Killy is in wait, and then the pale skins soon as well.
Yeah. He just planting that seed, like, yeah, we got these battles, but don't forget about the pale skins. They're coming.
But they mutually agree that they've come a long way since they both started this whole thing. And I know, like, to us, it doesn't seem like a long time, but I guess in their narrative,
it definitely feels like a long time. Remember, she lived in a cave.
Yeah.
When we first met her, it's like, hi, welcome. This is my cave. That's where I live, but I'm being married off to some big dude somewhere else. And my dad says this is for the best. So I don't know. And then she had the seer visitor, right? And we don't see her for a while.
Yeah, she's gone now.
She's gone now. It would have been great if she popped up while the hype man was doing his prayer during the fight. That was wild. I wonder if that's a thing during the time period that they have somebody. Like we know for the Civil War, and we don't do that now, but in Civil War they would have somebody playing the drums, the war drums, and doing that whole sound just to hype people up to get the motion. But to have this guy screaming all that stuff the whole time, just standing there, takes a lot of courage also, because he had no weapon. He's just like, yeah, doing the whole cheering on. That is a job.
But Kayana in the next scene, he sees Heke all sad, and he's like, I've been too alone in my own suffering to see yours. And now he cherished you. He loved you. And he hands her, I guess, now he's like Maui garb, feathers and everything, the whole outfit.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the suffering you're going through. And then she's like, I want to fight, which is crazy. And then all of a sudden, boom, epic war music starts with horns and stuff. I don't think I even heard this type of music in the show before.
They were just putting in the mood. They were getting ready. This is time for war. This is it. They were just like, we had all the talking. We had all the setups. We had Kaana telling everybody, I wish you all the best. I love you. I love you. This is going to be good. This is your land, my land. If I don't make it, it's setting it up that, hey, what if he does die? And they know, people that don't know this story would easily just look this up. It's like, wait a minute, just look up the character, just type in the name, and you can see when this person dies, the real life Kaana. Now, you don't know if they're going to follow that, like they didn't follow that with Nahi, but still, it happens during a battle. That much we do know. So would the show do that?
It's entertaining, I guess. But
yeah.
We got the image of everyone standing around. There. So Kamanu goes up to Kamehameha and she's like, "Are you okay, my chief?" Because he looks kind of sad and nervous. And he's like, "I will lead them to victory, but I have no comfort in the deaths that we would bring today." And then they kiss. And everyone is getting ready for battle. Everyone's putting on their stuff. So we see Namake in this picture. He has his Maui stuff on. Even Heke put on she crossed. Oh yeah, this is what she's wearing here. She's wearing Nahi stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. She was getting ready, because I think that was the whole thing, because she wanted to fight.
Yeah,
and it was just perfect timing though, because he was like, "Oh, you want this? Oh, by the way, I want to fight." Oh, here you go. You're good to go now. Let's just get a tailor and tighten it up. But
so Kamehameha approaches the totems of the gods, and he's more specifically talking to Ku. And he's like, guide us, send us strength, send us this. Ku will do this. He's going off saying like every possible thing. He wants him to seize the kingdoms. He wants to take over the districts. He wants to just have complete control with the whole matter. So he turns to everybody and goes, "We move to the Black Desert immediately." And he calls for the god of war to grant them might. And then the volcano starts rumbling.
Oh man, that was the crazy part here. So they're about to go and have a big battle on a volcano, which the ground is shaking, it's cracking, and they're like, "Don't worry, it's like just stay in your ground, you're okay." And I'm thinking, forget about that. It's hot. It has to be hot, right? They're standing on just a volcano that is about to erupt. We're seeing lava already spew in other parts. So it just amazes me that this is where they choose to fight. If that's the thing that they did back then, that is amazing. that just adds another element that's almost like American Gladiators, that type of deal. It's like, yeah, we could fight here, but let's fight on stilts or something like that. It's just
It's a horrible spot to fight, but I guess it also works in both their favors that there's uncertainty as far as the battlegrounds. Feels like that's the ending of Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith when
oh yeah, when they were
on the
fighting out,
lava.
yeah, and then lava and then jumping from plate to plate and stuff like. But it makes for a great scene here. I mean, if you know people that don't watch this show and they're like, so how was that finale? Well, they fought on top of a volcano and it was real brutal. What? It's like no other show's gonna pull this off.
So they get on top of the volcano. Kaila's men are there. Kana, Kamehameha, everybody's there. They're all getting ready for this battle. And then Opohuni, who's the one that Kaikili had sent the crazy guy, he's there and he stands up on top of a cliff and he's just insulting everybody. He's like, right now is your time to change and come and join our side. You wanna go die? You wanna be sacrifices? Like, why are you gonna follow Kayana? Like he's a shame. Not even the seas could hold him. He's lost every battle. He's just coming at him. Just like
it would have been really funny to see like one or two people just look at Kana and then just run across, just like okay, just to see some idiots run over like okay.
Well, because then Kayana comes in and is like, well, we have the god of war, and everyone's like, oh yeah. He's like, and he's like, why are we gonna listen to this guy? Look at KO, his belly is fat off the scraps of Kaikili, and they cradle the king's testicles. And he's like, look at you're polishing the king's spears, huh?
Oh man!
And he's like, throw the spears, like try to attack me. So they all start throwing the spears at him. He's dodging and weaving them.
We saw this, in the first episode. We saw him do this, and it's the same thing. He catches one, catches one, puts it around, snaps it in half. Pretty much.
He's like, their spears are soft and limp.
Oh man! They're flipping out.
Then KO is even more pissed. He's like, Kayana, you're a sickness from the outside world. I will lay you in the ground like I did your brother.
Woo.
And then I think we got audio here.
Yeah, this is crazy.
You have no idea what's coming. You will never understand. You were born a fool. I did not come here for battle. I came here to rid your kingdom of your bloodline and erase the shame of your birth. Bring me your men and your gods, and I will feed them fire and black smoke for what you have done to me.
I take it he's mad.
Woo! He's bringing the fire. This is it. And then that was it. They were like, let's go. Kill them all.
So he's like, hold. And this is him with his arms up. He's like, hold. They're all running at him. They're charging. And then all of a sudden they come out with the red mouth weapons. All of them getting yeeted off the.
Oh, they were getting mowed down.
Oh my God.
Oh.
This is crazy. There's so much to even talk about this. Please, everyone, watch this. If you're just listening to this, if you can find this on something, or
go watch this one. I'm sure there'll be highlights. I'm sure.
There's what can we list? People are getting speared in every single part of their body. People are getting scalped.
Stabbed, flipped. We're seeing multiple takedowns. We got Tony pulling a John Wick. Snapping one dude's neck, taking out a musket, blasting another dude, taking a pistol, blasting another guy who coming up behind him. It was epic. We were seeing so many crazy.
There was one really cool takedown. Kayana knocks this one guy to the ground. He shoots another guy, stabs him with the bayonet, and then shoves the end of the gun into the guy's head and pushes his face down into the lava.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it was just and then the women of the tribe were in the back end and they start throwing all their whips. I mean, not the whips,
the stones,
their slingshots, the stones, using the slingshot and just whap, and you see them blasting people in the head, and it was. So it was chaotic.
One of KO's priests is like out there standing on the mountain praying and doing this whole thing. Kayana just like spears him through the chest. We just see the guy like the spear just come through his chest, and then Kayana takes his tongue and just like rips it out of his mouth and just like bites it. And then KO was like,
he couldn't believe it.
He was just standing there. He's like throw spears at him, and he's just.
I was waiting for him to just start punching himself in the face. Like, oh no, and he just like pop out another tooth. Like, I don't know what to do. Yes, he was in shock.
we see Kupoi screaming for Heke. She's like, Heke, like, where are you? And then
Oh yes.
we see Heke just randomly standing across from Oppo Uni.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is Kupoi looking for her, but standing against the small, woman against Oppo Uni, who was like 3 times her size, and he's just grilling her, and he just not even caring.
She could have ran off, and she did not. She wanted to fight, and he was laughing about it. He could not believe it.
She swung at him. He dodges. He smacked her. She swung at him again. He took her own weapon, hit her in the face, knocked her down. She falls to the ground. She takes out like a stone dagger that she had, and she goes to like cut him with it. He deflects it, headbutts her, and then takes the weapon that she had and slices his tongue in two, like in the middle, and then like licks her face with it.
It was
which this is the confusing part, because I thought, because remember she had something with the plant before, some kind of poisonous thing. I thought this was the thing with the poison, because when he put it on his tongue, because then after that he threw her to the ground.
Yeah, because he picked her up, he was choking her, and then he let go. And so like, oh, maybe the poison is finally kicking in, because yeah, like you said, he bit the tip of the weapon and was like, oh, this is what he gets. This is it. He caused his own death, but no, that didn't happen.
He gets shot in the left leg. It's Ka'amanu who shoots him. He drops down. Then Heke gets back up. She takes a club, slices his shoulder, slices another part of him, and kicks him down. Then she takes out this like little stone pointy object, and she dips it into, I guess, the poison that she had.
That was the poison, yeah.
And she stands over him, and she lightly just shoves it through his stomach, and he's just like staring at her. She puts it through like near his chest, near his heart almost, then goes through like the underneath his jaw, like into his tongue almost, and then into his right eye.
Oh my Lord. It was, and he starts foaming, and we're like, what is happening?
And I was like, please get a stone and just like slam it on him. She grabs a little rock, she puts it in his mouth. And then we just see her like from above perspective, just slam down on his face, and we hear the infamous
right, the squish. Oh Lord, I mean, I didn't see any of that coming. I thought instantly, what we were talking about. She had the poison. She was going to kill him with the poison, cut him or something like that, and then that would be how she get them down. But no, this, oh man, this was brutal. This was payback. Definitely payback, and he's dead. She did it, and now that's probably the most brutal out of all what we just said and all that we've seen. Go ahead, leave in the comments what was your most brutal death in this final scene, because to us that was it. That was a slow, painful death, because you're seeing him foaming out the mouth like, oh, so clearly he's still alive with all this. His poison's going through his system and then his head, his eye. It's like, oh. That was, and what happened to his buddies? Because remember, he was standing there with like 2 or 3 good
he sent them away. He was like,
he did send them away, and I guess I remember there's still a battle going on, not that far off. But
well, speaking of, then we have Kupoi fighting, and some guy just spears her in like the lower abdomen, and then Namake comes over and knocks that person out and kills that person, and then he goes to her. She breaks the spear off, but she still has like a whole half of the spear sticking out of her. She's screaming. And then KO is like, come at me, Kayana. Come over here. Like, so the volcano starts erupting even more. He's like, spare me, Pele. He's yelling. The volcano roars like a dragon almost.
Oh,
like
yeah. You can definitely. Yeah.
Then Namake comes over. He hugs Kupoi, and he pulls the back of the spear out of her, and she screams. And she's crying in his arms. I guess, I don't know if she's dying or not, but they hold each other. And then Kayana is standing across from Keoa. They're on the top of the mountain. Everyone is now stopping what they're doing, because now in the further distance of the mountain, it's nighttime and the volcano is erupting fully. Hundreds of people are just falling through into the lava.
See, I wasn't sure if it was night or if that was just the ash and the smoke filling up. That's what I was thinking, because it was erupting. Everything was getting just to that point. We got lava flowing out. They were showing the scenes of the lava pouring out from different areas. The sky got dark. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is it. The volcano's going to erupt completely, and it's going to kill them all.
But even in the distance, it looked dark. It wasn't like a foggy However, I
All
don't
right.
know. I've never seen a volcano erupt in person, but I know it does block the sunlight at some point.
Oh yeah. For a while, they could block it.
Yeah.
Remember that one? What was it? A volcano in, was it Iceland? Was it Iceland or Greenland or somewhere? Remember that? Even in New York, we got the ash and the skies were all clouded for a while.
I went to the top of a volcano in Costa Rica, and it was just like straight, just gray ash and mist. It was like really creepy up there.
I went to one in Hawaii, in Maui. We went on top of
yeah?
a volcano. Drive around these real narrow roads all the way to the top, and they were like, "Oh, the last time this erupted,ed," and I was like, "Next, we start hearing it rumbling."
Because that happens. That happens.
It could.
Yeah, there was something that happened not that long ago. That happened.
Yeah.
But KO was standing there. Everyone's watching now. He's not gonna get into it with him. He just takes out a pistol and is aiming at him. And then all of a sudden there's a blast from the volcano. KO gets knocked over. Kayana gets knocked over. They both go flying the separate ways. Someone comes over and they just see KO all burnt up to a crisp. And it's like, oh, KO is dead. And they're all cheering. And then Kaumanu, of all people, screaming, crying. She pushes everybody out of the way. She finds Kayana like half hanging off the cliff a little bit. She hugs him and she's crying. And I was thinking, like, is he dead? Like, is this how he died? Excuse me.
It could have been. It very well could have been, but no, that's not where they're going.
He's coughing. They're hugging each other. And it looked like they were about to kiss or something. They got really touchy here. And
we're gonna say you see Kamehameha,
yeah,
and he's standing over and he's watching, but it really changed the whole situation, because then after that, Kana looks at him and then he's like, "Hail Kamehameha, hail Kamehameha," and everybody goes along with it, and it's like, all right, hail Kamehameha.
Yeah, everyone's cheering and it's crazy and but yeah, I think there's something definitely going on between Kaumanu and Kana. I mean, we've seen in previous episodes. If we see it later on in the seasons, maybe something might happen. But...
I mean, remember she held his hand for a little bit, and then she let go, and then right at the next scene, though, she went up to Kamehameha and started kissing him. So
then
who knows? We'll see.
We cut back to Kaikeili's camp. And there's a whole, I guess, orgy going on. And the prince's lover is walking into the tent, and we just see just a bunch of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. It's party in the pants.
And Kaikeili is there, and he turns over, and I wish we had a name for this guy, but again, the prince's lover goes up to him, and he's like, our men in the battle with Kamehameha and Kayana, they lost, and Kana's there, and he has a whole group of people. And Kaikeili's like, "Oh, Kayana's there," because then the prophecy will come true, because I need his bones.
Back to the bones. It's like, come on now. You don't even ask how he was able to pull off this great victory, because remember they outnumbered them.
Yeah,
he doesn't care. He doesn't. No.
He was like, "Go get my boats ready. Go get everything ready. Go tell people that we're gonna go over there, and it's gonna be beautiful."
Yeah, I think also he's taking the same drugs that his dad is, because remember the dad gave him some when he was this.
That's not the prince.
That was the prince.
No, it was Kaikeili. It was Kaikeili talking to the lover. Yeah, no, it's not the prince.
The whole time it was with the lover? I could have swore the prince, when the prince came in at him when he was hurt.
No, this is a different scene.
Oh,
this is the ending. This is the ending. Kaikeili's.
Yeah.
Kaikeili's he's amongst the people in the orgy tent, and that's why I was saying that he said he was going to purify this guy. This guy's like his little henchman now. So yeah, we didn't see the prince in this scene at all.
Okay, all right. So then that explains it. All right. So I don't know why I thought with the prince that he was going to give him whatever drugs, whatever, just to put him in his same mindset. Because he said, "I forgive you for what you tried to do."
Yeah, he said that once he rules over everything, they're gonna rule together. And then he said, "Sip this; it'll help you."
Yeah.
But that was the last we saw of him. He was laying down.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought.
No, that was early in the episode.
This makes sip this. This makes me crazy. It'll make you crazy. It'll work out. Things will be good.
And then this is where the episode ends, which I'm surprised by. I mean, I know that it's only a 9 episode. They could have made it 10 episode.
This couldn't. This actually could have been shorter. Think about it. Like we
Exactly.
said, a lot of these episodes it should have been shorter than 9 episodes. We could have had it at 8, even 7, if they really just cut down some of the repetitive dialogue in between characters. Oh, you're gonna do this? Or are you gonna do this? All right, let's go add somebody else. Are you gonna do this? I don't know. Maybe I will. Let's talk about this in the next scene. Come back
I really
after you.
I hope it gets renewed just for narrative's sake. This is such a sucky ending of like, all right, tell them I'm coming, and then it just never happens.
All right, so let's give our final thoughts here. Okay, final thoughts on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you place season 1, Chief of War?
I give it a solid 6.
A solid 6. That's not a very good number there. That's not very solid. That's why a 6?
Because like the beginning narratives and everything, like I loved it and I felt it growing. And personally, I don't have any qualms with the show, but I know that the modern audience is not going to be as supportive as we are with this, right? And understanding of this build. We've already seen numbers kind of drop off as far as engagement and far as of like
Yeah.
the conversations being annoyed with historical accuracies and repetitiveness and this and that. This episode in itself, if someone watches this episode, this might save the entire show. But as far as a whole product of keeping everybody, you know, one of my best friends said that he attempted to watch this with his girlfriend and they fell asleep. And I was like, oh man, like come on. Like the first episode, you falling asleep during the first episode, like it's a straight L throughout the whole thing because you're falling asleep. The first episode was pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, we got a big fight scene.
But then again,
it was
like
one-sided. He was just going against the farmers and stuff. But
then again, if it's one of those things that you really commit to, it's actually a great show. It's not, it's not terribly written. It's not like there's inaccuracies to the max, and it's also teaches you a lot about a culture that I feel is also often misrepresented in modern media. You know what I mean? I had no idea about this stuff. No offense. The most I knew about Hawaii was like
Moana
and
there
Vacations and Elvis and stuff like that. Like, no offense, but like that's the
Leo and Stitch.
Yeah, like
Joe versus the volcano.
I love this. I have not that I didn't have respect before, but it changed my whole perspective on it, and I love that. Like, it was really
Roman
cool.
Reigns, a tribal chief. Jason Momoa with No, it wasn't. I was gonna say no. He never did it. Oh, that's right.
What?
No. I was
thinking The Rock.
No. He was in the Fast and Furious. He was in the Jason Momoa was in the Fast and Furious, right? Pretty sure he was. There was one where The Rock. Remember, he was a villain. All right, so he did. Remember the Jason Momoa. The Rock went back to one of the islands, and he got his brothers and people together to help fight.
Is that Hobbs and Shaw?
Was that the Hobbs and Shaw? Maybe that was it.
I believe so.
All right, but
I also know that he was the villain in the other one. He was in the literal last one when they're chasing after him with that. I think
he had the white suit on or something.
That's like 9 or whatever. I don't know what.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it was that. All right.
Yeah, so he hits the atomic bomb off.
Yeah.
Oh, it was with his car. Yeah. Anyways,
it was wild. It was wild. But
what would you rate it?
I will go a little higher. I'll give it an 8 because of the production. The production quality was there. The authenticity was there. Just they were on location. I love watching shows that film on location. I'm also covering Daryl Dixon over on the Koalition with the Walking Dead spinoff. And be like, what? That's still going? Yeah, that's going. And they're in Spain. And they're on location in Spain. Beautiful drone shots. We saw a lot of beautiful drone shots here of the island and the waves crashing against the rocks and stuff. I love that. And I get it. Some of this was filmed in New Zealand also. But still, it's on location. It's not in a Hollywood backlot.
I think the only thing really hurting this show is the access to the show. Is like how many people really do... Like how many people subscribe to Apple TV? No offense to Apple TV at all. Like I love Apple TV with Ted Lasso, and they've been upping their stuff recently too. And Apple products themselves, like a lot of people have iPhones and stuff. It sucks that like no one. I had someone ask me, "Oh, what's Apple TV? Is that thing you still plug in or whatever? They used to buy at the Apple store."
Wow.
I was like, bro, like no, it's a whole streaming service.
Well, I mean, the same could be said with even Amazon. Like Amazon Video, people don't understand. Like they have their own shows. What do you mean their own shows? It's like, go to that section. You have Prime. You have Prime. Well, then there's a whole other app to get and you have access to all these shows. That you
I
can
hate when I
watch.
look online and I'm like, oh, where can I find this show? And they're like, it's available on Amazon. I'm like, oh,
This is
sick.
why.
And then I go there and then it's like purchase for $3.99. I was like,
Uh,
oh, it's like,
yeah. I mean, this is why people see for the key art for the thumbnails that we use is the main key art for the show. It says the network. It says all that information, so that way we don't have to keep repeating it because we know people don't know where to watch this.
what do you think Apple could do to get, because Ted Lasso was pretty great. It passed a lot of things. People were subscribing for that.
It's just time. And it's just consistency. It's no different than YouTube and the channel, just like this channel. We're slowly growing. We're getting close to the 1,000 mark. And how is that? Well, it's just time. We produce the shows. We get these episodes out on a timely fashion.
But the difference is that they have budget. They have
but no. Of course, no. They have all that, but they have to get into that mindset of people to know that, oh, this is what they produce. For example, like the MLS, right? They have MLS season pass. They have all of MLS. They also have the MLB. They're trying to say, hey, we are the one-stop shop for these sports, these leagues. Come here for this. And as time goes on, people just get it ingrained in their head, like the NBA and TNT, right? For the longest, everybody knew, where am I going to watch NBA games? Well, I know TNT. It's on a bunch of other things, but I know TNT. Now that's gone. Now people have to be like, oh, where am I going to watch it? You got to go to the Peacock. You got to go to ESPN. It's all over the place. But the point is that once people get in their mind of they know what your network is good for, then they know when to go there or what to expect when you get there. Like Netflix.
They also should purchase the rights to some kind of show that could get people to go there, from something else. You know what I mean? HBO Max brought back Friends, and a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I'm not watching Netflix anymore. I want to go back to HBO so I can watch Friends."
Oh,
and then next you know they're on there, and now they're watching other shows because now they got HBO for that. I don't know. Maybe they need something to like lure them in a little bit.
I think they're on the right path of just create interesting content. They do a lot of sci-fi. We had Silo, For All Mankind, Foundation just finished up. Steve, that's another great Jason Momoa series. That's like 4 seasons. I think
they got what's the one with the talk show host with
the morning show.
I heard
they had the morning show. I didn't watch that, but there's plenty of other shows on there. And then of course I'm going to be covering here on the channel Slow Horses. That's another great one with MI6 and that whole department.
So it's a matter of time.
It's a matter of time, and it's just consistency and just sticking with it, and people will just know where to go for certain things, and they'll get an idea. Like, oh, if I want to see something interesting, whether it's a historical piece or some sci-fi, something, I know that they have some original series on there worth watching because I've heard some good things about them. Like it's the ones I just rattled off. All of those are already like in their 4th season, some of them going into 5th season, 6th season, I think, for All Mankind. They've been going. People are watching. They're not just producing these shows for a handful of people. They have a following. It's just going to take a long time to get to the Netflix level where everybody just like, oh, if I have a streaming service, which one am I going to get? Just get Netflix. Everything's on it.
But speaking of the people and engagement and following, I just want to say thank you to all those that stuck with this show.
Yeah,
we had a lot
Denise.
Of great.
Thank you, Denise. We're giving you a shout out. Oh, she's amazing. Just if you don't read any of the other comments, because some people just don't even care. But if you go into all our videos, you'll see lengthy comments. She gives out the facts. She will just break things down. All right. So she definitely knows her Hawaiian history.
The engagement of the show was great. It was so.
Yeah,
we found out everything through the comments ourselves. Like, found out we didn't have to Google certain things. People just helped us answer them, and it was great. And it felt like that sense of community for the first time. I think I feel on this channel, so that was really nice.
Yeah, and that's what this is about. This is what we always say. It's like we're not just talking at you; we're talking with you. Go ahead, put in the comments. Give us your thoughts. If we mess something up, we missed something that you think is worth talking about, put it in the comments. Then we'll share it. We'll put it at the top, pin it. Let everybody talk. That's what this is about. We got a bunch of shows that we're covering, and we just want to talk with everybody. We want everybody to be involved in it. You said it once before, and we'll just bring it up again. This is like a book club for TV shows. That's it. These are a bunch of shows we're watching. We're just having fun talking about the shows, giving a breakdown. You guys jump in, tell us the good, the bad. Do you think it's coming back? You think people should stop watching it? it's all. We're having a good time.
Yes, sir.
All right, and with that, we are
right.
done. That's it. Chief of War season 1. I think there will be a season 2. Depends on the budget. Go ahead in the comments. What do you rate this? Do you even want a second season? I saw some people say, no thanks, I'm out. This was enough for me. But hey, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. So again, thanks again for all of it. We appreciate all of you. Everyone, thank you. We got other shows. Josh and I are covering right now Gen V. That's a fun show, completely different than Chief of War. Very raunchy, all kinds of craziness.
We just dropped if you watch the boys and stuff like that, but we just dropped a video with the first 3 episodes because they dropped it once. We did a whole video.
We did one video to rule them all. Yeah, we did one. Yeah, that's
in like an hour and 16, so it's not too crazy. Listen to it as you drive to work or something. All right.
Exactly. Get into that. That was good. What else? We got a terminal list. By the time this comes out, next week we'll Lawrence and I are dropping the season finale of that, and then we're starting Tulsa King. Season 3. Did you ever watch Tulsa King?
No, I don't even know.
That's with Stallone. It's a fantastic show. Real good show. So anyway, we're starting that, and that drops on Sunday. And then further in that week, we have Slow Horses season 5. So a lot of stuff going
on. Time for all this, man.
That's all. And I'm still doing The Walking Dead over at the Koalition, and I have to film that tomorrow. It's a lot. Again, this is why I give a shout out to all the networks that support my endeavors into TV land. They knew I was covering this up before, and for the Koalition, I said I want to cover more shows. They're like, we'll help you. We'll give you the screeners. Go do it. And that's how it helps, because if I had to do this in real time of when they air, it wouldn't happen. I would not have the time. But thankfully, I get them in advance. So then whenever I find the time, I was like, hey, let's go in, let's watch and record, because that's how we do it. We watch them together to get that feel, the authentic feel of the instant reactions. We take our notes, and then we go and re-record. That's the difference from a lot of other ones. They want to do the script format. That's fine. Write a script. That's great. But I feel like it's missing. It's missing just this, the conversation. I know a bunch of other guys, a lot of shout outs to people. Steve Varley, friend of the show. He got a great TV channel. He does it all on himself. I get that. But I like discussions. I like just the going back and forth type of thing. And that's what we have here. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody out there doing their thing, doing their shows. It's all great. It's all good. All right. We will see you next week for the Gen V episode 4. Crazy. Episode 4. We only did one episode, one video. That's wild. All right. There we go. Swell. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace.